After the shocking results of 2016's presidential election came in, many were quick to judge the Electoral College and how it contributed to the popular vote winner losing.
I've just received a call from Secretary Clinton.
I was more interested in how California would be impacted under a Trump presidency. After all, the state seemed to grow a stronger liberal wave after Obama's 2 terms, considering the early stances ruled for marijuana and same-sex marriage legalization. However, this has mostly persisted in the state's biggest cities, with conservatism remaining the image almost everywhere else. Could this be a factor, or is California already strong enough to protect against Trump's policies?
If the federal government creates a law that goes against it, then it'd be interesting to see how the states against the federal government would be in this case.
That's Woodside High School's government teacher Pablo Aguilera. While he stated that this wasn't a factor, he did mention the bubble that existed, making Trump's win all the more surprising.
I think it's interesting, like California, we have this like liberal bubble. The bubble is more so in like LA, San Francisco, Bay Area, so it's like the rest of California out in like the valley, it's not as liberal.
Nonetheless, Aguilera also spoke about how the bubble theme persists under a divisive state.
But just like the politics of California is like a bubble as well, so I feel like everyone in the state's going to feel the decisions of the state leaders in that liberal bubble.
I was also compelled on how minorities would be affected, and what they feel when protected by a more liberal state. For this, I interviewed the president of Woodside High School's Gay Straight Alliance, Danny Whiting, who seemed to share sentiment that California already has a protection.
California is already pretty liberal, and we have worked hard to oppose the ideals that Trump wants to put into position, so I think we will be good.
However, she believes that social situations could worsen in more divisive states.
It will get a lot worse in Republican areas of the country.
Lastly, I spoke to Gianna Mayo, who immigrated from California to Europe, to see if the election was portrayed in the same way as in the U.S. She mentioned how some trends continued.
You know, all the really fake news and bad publicity against Clinton, it kind of caught in Europe too.
But still spoke to the resilience of California. Do you think California will be able to recover more, quicker than other
Yes, I
states?
think that's for sure, yes.
While California will still be affected by Trump, it may seem smarter to focus on the overall picture and states which get their rights moved and are challenged in a much quicker pace. However, one thing that will still need improvement is the social dialogue, which has been maintained inappropriately in between and off city counties.
You know, if someone tried to say some things that Trump said in San Francisco about Muslims, Mexicans, women, people are going to speak out, hopefully. People would speak out and say something, fight up against it. Whereas if you were to go to certain areas of Orange County or, down San Diego, Fresno, the Valley, people are probably going to be like, yeah, I agree with that, because they kind of are more towards that sort of a spectrum.